It's time once again for the Cluckin Crew podcast with your hosts, series creator and voice of Chucky Chicken, Michael Cook, lead director, storyboard artist, and compositor, Elias Levine, and art director, lead character designer, and lore keeper, Tino Calcaterra. Join us for animation news, behind-the-scenes info on the series, special guests, audience interactive events, and much more. And now, on with the show!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the Cluckin Crew podcast, the official Chucky Chicken podcast. I am your host, the series creator, showrunner, and voice of Chucky, Michael Cook, and with me today, as always, is my very good friend, my co-director, co-producer, and head of storyboarding and compositing, Elias Levine.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Once again.
Yes. I apologize for us starting a little bit late today. The weather here in Chicago has been quite crazy today, and I was on the road, and it would have been much later. However, I do have to thank my amazing grandparents, Lou and Marilyn Anthony, for allowing me the use of their basement to go ahead and stream to you from Batavia, Illinois. So thank you, Grandma. Thank you, Grandpa. Love you so much. I hope you're doing all right. How are you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Good. If this is your first time joining us, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Please make sure that you hit that like button if you're enjoying the show, and if you leave a comment down below. We are live right now, so leave a chat as well in the live chat. Super chats, of course, get priority, but we also love to see all the lovely folks in the regular chat as well. We love and adore you all. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and see where we are currently. We are at, holy smokes. Okay. Congratulations are in order. Yes. Congratulations are in major order because we have just hit 2,500 subscribers. So.
Woo!
Woohoo.
Yay!
Indeed. So, thank you. I know. Yippee. So thank you to every single one of you who have hit that subscribe button and let us know that you are enjoying what we're doing. If you have yet to hit that subscribe button, what are you waiting for? It's right there, and it's free. It's one of the very few free things in this world. So yeah, I know today we were supposed to be doing a work session, but we're changing it up. We're just going to do a super short one, so we're not inconveniencing Grandma and Grandpa, and we're just going to talk about some of the stuff that's been going on in the news, as well as just giving you some overall...
Animation news,
yes.
will be clear.
Yes, animation
not
news.
Bringing in the other stuff that's going on right now.
No, we are not.
But please,
yes.
Everybody refrain from talking about that in the chat. Thank you.
Yes.
We're just going to be talking about the interesting stuff that's going on in the animation world.
The animation industry, bros. Real quick, I do have a couple things that I do want to note. Yesterday we did release our teaser trailer for season 1 of Chucky Chicken Films of a Feather. It is sitting right now at nearly 500 views. So thank you all so much for that. If you haven't seen it yet, please do. It's been doing really, really well. But I do want to mention, we did get a comment. Somebody was trying to mention former cast members on the show. I'm just going to put a nip in the bud on that. We're not talking about that stuff. We don't, we're trying to keep that separate from the show. While we are still very near and dear friends with this particular person, no, please don't bring him in comments or anything like that and just stir up trouble. Yeah. And if you do, I will delete your comment and then I will permanently block you because we don't want that stuff on our channel, in our community. So this is your only warning. So that's all I'm gonna say. Other than that, thank you all so much for the amazing support that you've been giving us on Blue Sky as well. To kind of switch it up to some happy news, we are at 1949 followers. We are almost in the 50s, which is pretty cool.
Heck yeah.
We just got out of World War II. Get it? 1949, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Let's hit the Y2K. So yeah, we are officially a quarter of the way to 10,000 subscribers, so thank you all so much. But with that being said, we do have some really fun animation news to talk about today. While I'm pulling up my stories, Elias, why don't you go ahead and bring up your story that you wanted to talk about real quick? How about your love?
Well, I saw the Shrek 5 teaser,
Oh yeah.
and anyone that knows me knows that I love Shrek.
Yes.
And I see a lot of people who are quite upset with Shrek's redesign.
Mm-hmm.
I don't find it appalling. Truthfully, that it could have been so much worse.
I mean,
Uh,
if you want my hot take, I think it looks better.
I think the problem with Shrek's original design at this point is that it just isn't really meshing well with the techniques that they're using.
Yeah.
I think that they've made a new model to help with the animation in some capacity.
Yeah, and this isn't anything new. Like when they
Yeah.
like Toy Story, those aren't the same models that they used in 1995. They updated the look and design of all the characters. So it's Shrek's turn now. So,
Yeah,
you know.
like this isn't a Sonic the Hedgehog situation. Like it is not that bad. Like would it have been awesome if he looked a bit more like his normal design? Sure.
Mhm.
But I think they did a fine job with it. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of where I'm at with
Yeah.
it. I'm not huge on Donkey's new look. I think they could have done a bit more with that.
I don't mind the goatee.
But I don't mind it, but I don't know. Regardless, I'm gonna go see it.
Yes.
I'm a big Shrek head. I gotta go see it.
Yes.
I am tentatively hopeful.
Yeah. I am too.
yeah.
There's also this discussion about his daughter. Oh my gosh, why am I?
Felicia.
Thank you. With the eyes, being brown, and seeing that, in the first couple movies that they appeared in, she was the only one with blue eyes, and now she has brown eyes. I think that's just to animator error.
Well, also remember this, people. Most babies have blue eyes when they're born.
True.
It takes a little while for the pigment to develop in people's eyes.
Exactly.
So I don't. That's just like people are getting really upset over very minor issues,
Right?
As opposed to like
Snow White
waiting to actually see the movie.
Right. Like, here's the deal, folks. I'm going to use Wish as a perfect example. Lots of people were hating on Wish when it was announced and when it was coming out. I held back my reservation and my judgment until I went to see the film. And I sat through the entire movie from beginning to end, including the after the credits sequence. I was able to give an accurate and well thought out critique because I sat down and watched the film. We don't have the film yet. We won't have it for another year. So, just chill.
Yeah. In other news, Flo
Yes.
won Best Animated Picture.
Yes.
Very happy for them. What is fascinating to me about the movie is that it was made in Blender.
Mm-hmm. It was actually an indie animated film, which is even cooler. So it was the first ever indie animated production to win Best Animated Feature at the Academy Awards. It also received a nomination for Best International Film. It won Best Animated Feature Film with the Golden Globes. I've yet to see Flow. I've heard good things.
Yeah, I really do want to see it. Something that needs to be noted about the movie, I haven't seen it yet, but it should be known that there is no dialogue in the movie. If you struggle with silent films, might not be a movie for you.
It does, it doesn't even look like there's an American release, so...
Yeah, but you can watch it online, probably.
Probably.
So I'm really happy for them. That is like such a major thing for the indie scene.
Oh, 100%. And it just kind of goes to show, right? Like last year, The Amazing Digital Circus was nominated for an Annie Award, which is another prestigious animation organization. The fact that indie animated projects are getting the spotlight like this, and now not only are they, getting nominated, but they're winning Academy Awards, it says something. So,
it really shows, I think, how much heart matters in animation, because if these movies didn't have as much heart as they did, or these like projects, they wouldn't get the popular vote,
Right.
Because everyone is really used to all of these very corporate, make money, sell merchandise type films. So to have a truly like artistic, more nuanced film that can be enjoyed by a general audience winning this award is like hugely massive for animation as an industry.
Right. And the other cool thing about it is, like, this film did not take a lot of money to make. It was only produced with 3.5 million euro, and it's already made 20 million at the box office. Like, it made money, which is...
It proves that you don't need to spend like $15 million to make a good animated film.
Yeah. Like, some of these films are coming in at like 100, 200, 500 million dollars.
And they wonder why they can't make the money back. It's because it's not a good movie.
Right. Well, Disney's going to learn that lesson with Snow White. I have a feeling that it's going to tank, right? I feel like people are going to take their kids to see this movie expecting it to be a one-for-one remake of the classic film, and it's not going to be. Tino!
Oh, we're just doing a shorter stream. We're talking about the animation news.
Yeah.
You heard about Flow, right?
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, you saw it? What did you think?
It's amazing.
We need to still see it.
Well, there you go.
I got confused about the whale, but after all, it was amazing.
There's
no spoilers.
Yeah. There are various theories about the whale right now.
Yeah.
But,
I know nothing about the movie, so
I watched a review on it. The little kitty.
I mean, the kitty's the main character. How can you not love the kitty? So,
I love kitties.
Yeah. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing.
Well, that's good.
We're just on that beginning of the month grind, Shirley.
Yes. Or wrapping it up here pretty soon too. So. But.
It's still amazing to me that it's all made in Blender.
Right.
I know. Yeah.
I know.
That's probably one of the big ways that they save the money.
Right. I apologize. I will be right back. Give me a quick second.
Okay.
No worries. And then,
Yeah. I bet a Blender is getting a lot of people right now.
Oh, yeah. No, this has to be like a huge thing for Blender too, because it opens so many more opportunities for them. And I'm really curious as to like what aspects of Blender that they utilize. Like, I wonder if they implemented grease pencil in any of it. I'll have to see if there's like a making.
That would be amazing if they had like a making of.
Yeah. Audience, can you still hear us? I just want to make sure.
I think there is a bunch of a bunch of videos about the process, but I don't know if they actually like explain it step by step or not.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. What did I miss?
Oh, not much.
Okay.
I was just wondering, like, what aspects of Blender Flow might have used. I was wondering if they incorporated grease pencil in it or not. Just very curious about, like, their methodology about it, but yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I've been getting phone calls and deluges about not just our little thing that we put out yesterday, but our awesome. For those who don't know, I put out an update not too long ago talking about how we were going to be postponing the release of the short to next month, but I also made some really cool character cast cards, cast reveal cards. Yeah, so. And I've been getting messages saying, "Can I post mine?" And I'm like, "No."
Of course.
Yeah.
No, you can't share that you're in our cool thing. No.
Yeah. But yeah, as a matter of fact, while is it okay if I share some of these with the people? Do you think we could be okay showing,
I mean, sure.
Yeah.
Do we have any more news that we want to cover first?
We
and then
do.
We can
Yeah.
finish off with the cast.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Mr. Cheese.
Mr. Cheese has just made an appearance, ladies and gentlemen.
We got to get a Mr. Cheese
Oh, wow.
compilation going.
Yes, we do. We there's so much we need to do with Mr. Cheese. So good to see you, buddy. Yes, I do have a couple more pieces of news. One kind of interesting, one kind of sad. So I'll get the
Oh,
I'll get the sad one out of the way here first.
yeah.
So, because I don't know if y'all saw over the weekend, but the legendary voice actor George Lau, who was known for Space Ghost, sadly has passed away at the age of 67. This is coming from the Los Angeles Times. Yeah. So, George Lau, the voice actor best known for the long-running cult favorite Cartoon Network and Adult Swim series Space Ghost, Coast to Coast, died on Sunday at age 67.
I love that show.
I know.
Yeah, it was so good.
No cause of death has been given, but his friend and radio host Marvelous Marvin Boone wrote that he had died after a long illness. So I did a little bit of research on Mr. Lau. He had elective heart surgery, and as he recovered, he was met with many challenges, the statement said. Over the past few months, his family and friends have been by his side in support and care of him. The family will honor his wishes and his exceptional life with a private celebratory service. Again, this is coming from the LA Times. Voice actor Billy West, best known as the voice of Fry from Futurama. He's the current voice of Elmer Fudd. He's done so many. Ren and Stimpy. Said that Lowe was mighty and one of the best VOs ever. Very generous of spirit and very kind and funny. He will be missed. So, he was born in 1957 on November 10th in Dunedin, Florida. And he worked in radio before moving to voice acting in the 1990s. He was also a visual artist and an art collector, ultimately amassing hundreds of works, including pop art prints by Andy Warhol, Klaus Oldenburg, and others. Space Ghost, who originated in the 1960s on CBS, courtesy of Hanna-Barbera Productions, evolved in the 90s from a serious fighter of outer space supervillains into an irreverent talk show host on a show that mixed animation and live action. It was pretty cool. Like, basically, the guests were filmed, and they were it was shown live action interacting with Space Ghost, which was very funny.
I remember staying very, very late.
Yeah.
School night. Night. And I was like, I want to watch it.
Yeah. So Space Ghost Coast to Coast was billed as the first late-night show to feature a cartoon superhero as its host, and during its run from 1994 to 1999 and off and on until 2012, it welcomed guests including Bjork, Adam Carolla, Conan O'Brien, Bob Costas, and Michael Stipe of REM, to name a few. The guests were filmed live and
I don't
suited.
interrupt, but I must bring attention to Tamrico, who came in with a $50 donation.
Oh,
thank you so much, Tamrico.
Thank you. What did he say?
Can't stay, but want to show some support like usual. Hope you guys have been doing well. Kind of envious. Literally haven't had any time to draw the past few weeks because work has been so obnoxiously busy. Take care, heart.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Tamrico. Thank you.
I know you'll have more time to draw soon, I'm sure.
Don't we all wish we had a little bit more time to just just to draw.
But, just vibe and draw.
Yeah, so this is kind of sad because I know that the voice of Zorak passed away a couple of years ago, so now the one left is Brock. And he posted on his Blue Sky today that he was very, very sad at the passing of his good friend. So rest in power, Space Ghost. He did not create the voice. He actually took over the voice from the late, great Gary Owen. So.
Wow, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, what are your guys' thoughts?
I mean, dang, dog.
I'm sad.
Space Ghost Coast to Coast, I truly think was such a gem of a show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think there was anything else that really captured the vibe that it put out there. And it really, I think, was one of the big influences of more adult cartoons moving forward.
Well, it's funny.
I love when he will like fight with Zorak.
Yeah.
Those little bits.
I never got into Space Coast when I was a kid. I remember seeing it on the Dexter's Laboratory home movie, like direct Ego Trip, I think it was. And they did a little, Space Ghost right after the movie kind of thing. And it was just so weird. It's just so bizarre.
That was the point, I think.
But that was the point, yeah. Zorak. But anyway, rest in peace, Mr. Lau. Thank you for making us laugh and making us chuckle. And say hi to Zorak for us while you're up there. So, but I did have one more bit of news that I wanted to talk about very, very quickly. And it actually just broke a couple days ago. Disney is pulling the plug on its upcoming Tiana series, as Disney Animation is abandoning long-form streaming content.
Wow.
So,
I mean, I'm going to be very honest. I didn't even know the Tiana show was a thing until I heard it was canceled. I'm going to be real.
Well,
it's not like unexpected though. Things are being canceled all over the place.
Well, here's the thing though that I think is kind of interesting, because my understanding is that according to this report here from the Hollywood Reporter, they are actually they are scrapping the long form content that is meant exclusively for Disney Plus, and instead are going to be putting all of their efforts into making theatrical releases.
I mean, that's nice,
right? So,
but also,
I mean,
like at this point, it seems odd to me that they don't seem to have any dedicated studios for these two very separate endeavors. Like, I don't see, like, they should be focusing on theatrical films, but they already have an entire network around that.
Well,
so
basically the idea being that so it says right here, I'll just read it right from the article itself. The decision to shelve Tiana and the unannounced Disney Plus movie following last year's news that Pixar would no longer prioritize developing long-form episodic content after the release of Dream Productions and Win or Lose on Disney Plus. So Pixar started it, right? They're like, we're not doing this anymore. It goes on to say, during the pandemic, some Disney execs, including then CEO Bob Chapek, pressed its various film silos to make original content for Disney Plus in order to grow new subscribers. Walt Disney Animation's Moana 2 was originally conceived as an animated series before being reimagined as a theatrical release. The decision that paid off in spades and led to a $1 billion plus run at the global box office. It debuts March 12th on Disney Plus, where it's also expected to generate huge numbers. The first Moana, released in 2016, became a cult classic with kids and most watched streaming in 2024, according to Nielsen. That, alongside with the $1.7 billion earned by Pixar's Inside Out 2, the biggest movie of 2024, proved that theatrical is its animation's greatest strength. Insiders say that Walt Disney Animation remains committed to releasing one theatrical film per year in addition to other shorts and special projects. Zootopia 2 is slated for release on November 26th, with the studio's new chief creative officer, Jared Bush, tapped in to direct and write, with Disney vet Brian Howard also directing. An unannounced feature is scheduled for November 2026, while the third installment in the blockbuster Frozen franchise is set for November in 2027. Short form is widely popular on streaming Bluey, which Disney Plus licenses. Was the most watched show in the U.S. last year, according to Nielsen. Disney's Animation's past short form streaming projects included the Emmy awarding Zootopia Plus and Baymax series. I will say this. It makes a lot of sense. Right. Mm-hmm. Disney Plus, I was mulling about this when I heard about the news and how I wanted to present this on the podcast today. Back in my day, back in the glorious decade of the 90s, the way that a motion picture, like a film made money, and the way that Disney marketed its films was perfect. Okay. They announced a feature film that was coming out. Then they would do commercials, promotional tie-ins with McDonald's or Burger King, what have you, that have the characters in parades and the parks and, meet and greets in the parks. And then the movie would come out, right? It would make all the money in its theatrical run. And then when it was done, it would go on to a bigger promotion when it was released on home video, later DVD, later Blu-ray, and again, whatever money the film didn't make in the box office, it made up for in home video DVD sales, right? With streaming, you don't get that revenue coming back in. Right, you're not releasing it. At least I haven't seen Encanto released on Disney Plus or on DVD or Blu-ray. I haven't seen, Strange Worlds or Wish or any of these other films released on DVD or Blu-ray. Then again, I haven't really been looking. I do know that a lot of the stores, like our local Meijer here or Target or other company like Best Buy, just got rid of its DVD section because they're not moving units. So
I miss having physical stuff.
Right. But that's what I'm getting at, right?
Yeah.
Disney Plus has been a money pit from day one. The idea of being able to put out a film and expect your subscribers, to pay a certain amount for a film, which they tried to experiment with, right? Remember when Turning Red and Luca hit Disney Plus, you could purchase it for like a little bit of time before it went free to the public. That was one way that they could generate some sort of revenue, but it didn't work. So much so that after the pandemic, they ended up re-releasing Turning Red and I believe Luca in the theaters to try and give it an official box office run. We don't know. I don't know exactly how much those movies made at the time. But for me, the other part of it is, and I'm just taking a huge stab in the dark, is brand fatigue, right? Or IP fatigue. We've been deluged with Princess and the Frog for a very long time, especially with Tiana's Bayou Adventure being built in both Disneyland and the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World. The one in Magic Kingdom opened first, very lackluster. There was a lot of critique on it. There was no Dr. Facilier. There really was no Ray, except for if you heard his voice singing in the beginning of the ride. There was a lot of empty space in the attraction that was left behind by the characters from Splash Mountain. It was very lackluster. You go to Disneyland in California, it worked infinitely better because the ride was built based off of the California mountain and then shoehorned again into the Florida one. So we've heard about Princess and the Frog for the better part of 2.5 years, right? Tiana's Palace opened in New Orleans Square. There's been this constant argument about Tiana should have her own ride, she should have her own land, da-da-da-da-da. I think people are kind of tired of Princess and the Frog. I personally am not, right? And I know that sounds sacrilege to say after Mardi Gras.
I don't know if they're necessarily tired of Princess and the Frog, the IP. I think people are just tired of Disney in general. I think that's where the brand fatigue is coming from, because aside from hyper intense fans who will buy things no matter what, every other person I talk to is very mid as far as they consider Disney overall as a filmmaking company. And everything they're making is just slop.
Right, and that's the point. The other thing that I think Disney should really get on the bandwagon with, and this is just me, right? They had a practice for many, many years called the Disney Vault, right? It wasn't just a VHS scheme. It was, the movie would come out for a limited time, and then after 7 years, it would go back into theaters, right? There were a couple of reasons why they did this. Number one, new generation of kids, new generation of families who remember seeing Snow White or Pinocchio or Fantasia.
New whippersnappers.
Right. And now they can take their own kids to see the films in the theater, right? Again, this was before television and VHS and so on and so forth, right? In the 80s, when Michael Eisner and Frank Wells came to the company, they started doing, actually it was before them, a little bit before them, like 83, they were doing releases of VHS collections of a lot of the classic shorts. Because VHSs were extraordinarily expensive at the time. Anyway, I digress. But with Pinocchio, they were experimenting with the idea of making Pinocchio available to the general public and then releasing the film later. And they kind of did that, right? Like you would see the Jungle Book hit the motion picture theater screen and then it would come out on VHS. Now, to kids like me in the 90s, we didn't know that this was a 30-something-year-old film at the time. We thought, oh my God, it's a new Walt Disney movie. Let's go watch it. Let's go have fun. And our parents were having as much fun with it as we were because they grew up watching it. Disney has not done that practice for a very, very long time. They attempted to in like the 20-teens with the IMAX release of Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and The Lion King. And then, of course, the DVD era, they made it, with The Lion King and Beauty and the Beast in particular, they had it made because not only could they re-release the film and re-digitize it and make it look even beautiful, but they could go back and they could actually add in new material. Like, for example, with Beauty and the Beast, they took the Broadway song Human Again, and they had Jerry Orbach, Angela Lansbury, David Ogden Stiers, all those guys come back and record that song. They animated it and put it back into the movie, which, honestly, genius on their at their point. And because now you can't do that because all three of them are gone, right? So it was like perfect timing on that point. So
what movie would you like to see back on theaters, for example?
Atlantis, The Lost Empire, Treasure Planet, something good. Please.
Okay. I would like.
Okay, my answer is kind of sadistic, I would say.
Okay, what's your answer?
Bambi.
Bambi.
That would be good.
That
Because
would, yeah.
I want to sit there and wait and watch for the kids to actually watch that scene and see how they react.
I mean, but that's how...
You know the scene.
Yeah. I would love to see all the movies go back to the theater. I would love to see the original Snow White and Pinocchio, Fantasia, Bambi, Dumbo, all of those, even like the wartime films like Fun and Fancy Free and Make Mine Music and Melody Time. All of them, all the films, you know, even Song of the South. Because I think at that point, you know, Disney was so smart to re-release their movies because that's how they continued to stay in the public zeitgeist, and that's how they got the family-friendly name that they've been able to keep for 100 years, right? Because they were a constant presence in our life even after Walt passed away. The films that he and his team made were still being shown year after year after year. And honestly, I feel like there needs to be this resurgence. Now, I hope that they bring back those films into theaters. I hope that they, you know, and not only that, but it allows them to reintroduce people to the magic of Disney, show people, hey, you know, this is what we used to do. God willing.
We used to be cool people.
You know,
we used to be cool.
I mean, I hope, you know, and knock on wood here, if this leads to a new Disney hand-drawn animated movie, and we have to get rid of a Tiana series to do it, I'm all for it, right? Now, granted, there's people they were saying that this was supposed to be equivalent to Rapunzel's Tangled Adventure, the animated show. My thing is, you know, the writing and the music in that show were great. The animation quality, not that great, and I feel like, you know,
I feel that they did what they could do with the medium, the specific.
I get that. But
I think you just don't like the art style, and that's fair.
That's valid. You can just not like the art style too.
No, I think it's a very charming art style. Don't get me wrong, but I feel that
what I'm saying, it comes with the limitations.
Right.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is, I feel that, you know, now if they did Tangled like they did the Disney afternoon shows in the 90s, all for it, right? I would love to see a return of that. Or if they were going to do the Tiana series like that, like traditionally hand-drawn animated, like the movie. Doesn't even have to look as good as the movie, because the stuff that we got, like with the Little Mermaid series or the Aladdin series or the Hercules series, it wasn't like one for one with the movie, but it was pretty darn close, you know? I'd be okay with that, but...
I mean, but yeah, that therein lies the problem.
Because
in this day and age, that is a pipe dream for Disney to even consider.
I know. But here's hoping that this pivot will allow them the opportunity to perhaps one day go back to that era. So there's a lot of good thing, you know. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of
I'm not anticipating any return to hand-drawn animation from Disney, especially in feature films at this point. I think they have completely given up on that as far as features go, and unless I see concrete evidence
Once Upon a
of
Studio
them doing that. Once Upon a Studio was made for a specific purpose.
Yeah, but it was done. It was done.
My doubts.
But it was made by feature animation.
Okay,
they got the people.
How long?
They got the people to do it. I mean, how long? But look how many freaking characters. It had over 500 different characters. The majority of them hand drawn.
Okay, but it's a lot easier to do all those characters in that small allotment of time than an entire.
I mean, a full show, at least it will need more work.
Yeah, even Coffee Cat Dad says.
Listen, I want I do want to agree with you. I would love to see like a 2D animation stuff. I would love to. But I understand that Disney, first and foremost, is a company and company that will cut costs at all avenues they have.
And here's the other thing too, is they could do a return
they
to
could.
2D animation, but that doesn't mean that suddenly somehow the movies themselves are going to be good.
No, that's true. Like, we have Treasure
Yeah.
Planet and Atlantis and all those movies that you rattled off. That's good examples of that.
Mike,
I mean,
The stories
what
were
are you,
not...
Mike?
The stories...
I'm gonna fight you right now, Mike. I will Homer Simpson strangle you because you have poor taste in movies.
Treasure Planet is
Me
one of my
and
favorite
everyone
movies,
else in
okay?
the 2000s, apparently. How much money did the movie make?
I don't care about that. I care that it's a good movie and it's a cult classic that many hundreds of thousands of people today treasure,
listen,
much
Michael,
like Iron
Michael.
Giant.
Michael,
Go ahead, Tina. I'm
Michael,
listening.
listen to me.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Like I said, when a new movie of Disney comes out, you know, the whole everything that you said, that they promote it, they make stuff to let people know that they're doing something right now. All those things didn't happen for Treasure Planet. They didn't promote it. They didn't tell people. They didn't even have their brand with that. It was like a passion movie made because the guy who wanted to make Treasure Planet made a successful movie for them. It was like, okay, you did the one movie, we will let you do your passion project. But they did not promote it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
It was directed by Gary Trousdale and Kirk Wise, who also did Beauty and the Beast. And
Yeah,
I will
We're
say,
making Beauty and the Beast so that they can do Treasure Planet.
I will say this:
Yeah.
the movie did make money. It's budgeted between 90 to 120 million. It made 186. So
I don't care about the box office, the ratings. I care about the voice of the people.
well, here's the deal, Jack. The voice of the people don't mean nothing if the numbers aren't there. I'm sorry.
They do now if they're higher, and if they just re-release it into theaters, they'd make money.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I could tell you that technically speaking, all Hollywood movies don't make money. Technically,
right.
speaking. They always written that they don't have anything. Like they always, when they had to write what the movie made, they start with zero. So the company can keep more.
Right, and that's why the video and DVD model was so important, because the films went in basically owing like hundreds of millions of dollars. They had to make that money back. They weren't going to do it in the box office unless it was like a banger, like The Lion King or Beauty and the Beast. But they knew that they had a chance
They
of
didn't
making...
believe in Lion King.
I know they didn't believe in it, but guess what happened? You know, it just went to show that nobody knows nothing.
Dummies.
You know, so
The same thing happened with the Prince of Egypt and Shrek. I don't see the point here.
the point is, like, they made their money back in VHS sales, and Disney has not done that in probably almost, I want to say...
Well, I don't know. I had my VHS of Treasure Planet.
Yeah, same. I still got mine in my big box of VHS
Yeah.
tape.
No, listen, you guys are not... You're missing the point. You're missing what
I
I'm
will-
trying to say.
Your leg, Michael.
I am trying to say that this is an opportunity for Disney to come back, maybe bring back the old playbook of putting the movie out, doing the promotions again, putting it back on physical media, so then that way, you know, they have a fighting chance. I want them to succeed. I want them to do well. And if we got to lose a Tiana series in order to make it happen, and all other long-form content on Disney Plus, like original stuff, then I will go and pay my money in the theater if the movie is good. That's all I'm saying. And I would love to see Atlantis come back. And I will go and sit in the theater for a re-release of Atlantis. Maybe not Treasure Planet. Definitely Atlantis, though. We're gonna move
for a fight.
We're gonna move on.
Fight right now.
We're gonna move on. So, let us know in the comments down below what you guys think. Am I right or is Elias wrong? Anyway.
More like Elias is right as he is 99% of the time.
All right, okay.
And what about me?
Oh, Tino, you're always right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
That means that you're wrong, Michael.
Got yourself there.
Whatever. Hello, Happy. Happy is here in the chat as well. Good to see you. So,
Oh, happy.
yes. But anyway, do you want to show off some of our cast and crew for this upcoming series? Now that we have them actually recorded and ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
I know. So
Ooh.
you guys are. Everyone's saying that I got served. Yeah. Whatever. All right. We're not. All right. We're probably gonna go on for another 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna skedaddle because I keep getting phone calls and somebody's hungry, and I do need to get dinner going here pretty soon. But I did want to show off the.
I can just draw if you want.
Oh no, Mike's
the
gotta
string going.
get going.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys want to keep it going while I'm gone, I mean...
Well, I would have to set up all my stuff and get going on that.
Oh, okay.
I think it, well...
You know what? Maybe we'll do maybe we can do another stream this weekend, and then we'll get everyone together and do a longer episode. So, again, this was a very... this was a grace stream, thanks to my grandparents, so we're trying to, I want to be very... respectful of their basement and their time. But anywho, let's go ahead and show off some of the cast here. So, Chucky Chicken, I think everyone knows, is going to be voiced by yours truly. And I'm actually going to go by appearance in the show. So, we actually will also be having, let's see, where is he? There we go. Tino Turkey is going to be voiced by our very dear friend, Malcolm Ray. Very excited to have Malcolm on the show. Following him as the voice of Louie Loon, we have our very dear friend, Alexander Hanley. So you've heard him before. He's been on the show. It's been a couple of episodes since we've had. We will have him back along with his crew, the boys. So that'll be exciting. After him, playing the lovely Chelsea Chicken, we have the even more lovely Brianna Gertzian. She was Chelsea all the way back in 2019, and we are very glad to have her back. Very, very excited to have her back. Playing Vero Vixen is our very dear friend, Jenna Birmingham. She is a spectacular voice actress. We absolutely love and adore her. She's going to bring a certain, era.
Sass.
Yes, lots of sass to Vero Vixen. Especially to our next guy, Freddie Fox, is being portrayed by our very good friend Ted Hazard. He's been doing a spectacular job as the character for so long. We're very pleased and honored to have him continue to come back. The moment we've all been waiting for next, playing Tommy Turkey. The replacement for Tommy is Dante Majors. So we have brought on Dante to come on to the show. He came in and he's been doing a fantastic job with Tommy. We're very, very pleased with him. So welcome Dante to the show. We're going to have him on our show here eventually too. I think that would be really important. Coming up next, we got a twofer playing the voices of Wessel Weasel and Mikey Mink. We have Brian Ress, and along with him playing Stanford Stout, we have Dion Mastrangelo, the creators...
I truly must correct you. It's Stoat.
Oh, Stanford Stout. Excuse me.
With an A, not a U.
Sorry. Oh, is it Stout with an A? S-T...
Yeah.
I spelled it wrong?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're spelling it stout, like someone who's short and wide, whereas
Oh.
a stoat is
Stoat. Okay, my fault.
Yeah.
I will fix it.
A
So
woo-woo.
Stanford Stoat is being played by Dion Mastrangelo. Fun fact, both Dion and Brian are also the creators of the indie adult series Petey and Pile. Go check out their show. It's really a lot of fun. Coming up next, though, we have as the voice of the amazingly talented Margarita Macaw, the even more amazingly talented Stephanie Matarazzo. We've had her on the show a number of times. Very sweet gal. Very, very excited to have her on. Returning as Anna Lamb is Chloe DiCioso. We are very, very blessed to have her. We've given her a much bigger part in the show, too, which I am very, very, very happy about. Very, very good deal. Abe Hogsley, you know him, you love him. John Ortiz, or as some call him, Johnny. He is, of course, returning as Abe Hogsley. We're very, very excited to have him return as the lovable pig. Coming up, we have as Davy Dog, Bo Bogard, a.k.a. Good Enough Construction, on both Twitter and Instagram. This guy's hilarious. If you've yet to see his stuff, he sounds just like Larry the Cable Guy, and it's hysterical, and it's amazing. So go check him out. It's absolutely, he's so good. Coming up as Johnny Jackrabbit, we have animation par excellence, Alex Clark is the voice of Johnny Jackrabbit. We're very honored and very pleased to have him play the tough guy that is Johnny Jackrabbit. Coming in as his little sister, we have the ever adorable Kylie Rutson playing Janice Jackrabbit. She just brings an absolute charm and delight to the character. We are so thrilled to have her. She truly does an amazing job. And then playing the amazingly sultry Sylvia Silky, our longtime friend and co-producer Miranda Guzman will be taking on the role of Sylvia Silky. And with that, we have the current cast for season 1 of Chucky Chicken Films of a Feather. So there you go. Woo! We have the entire cast, which is very, very cool. Let's see. Glitchy Yoshi, welcome to the show, says, question, will you have Easter eggs, references to other indie cartoons? Absolutely we will. As a matter of fact, keep an eye out on the weasels, because there may be a couple of fun Easter eggs involving their scenes. And like I said, Petey and Pile. Go watch Petey and Pile, and then when their episode comes out, go check that out. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. So guys, what do you think? What do you think of our epic cast?
Well, I'm happy with it.
It's epic.
Yeah. We got some awesome people working on this.
Yeah. Absolutely. So there you go. Cartoon and Game Fanatic 2.0 asks, what's your opinion on Lackadaisy? We love it. Good people over there.
Awesome.
Yeah, Malcolm Ray is a very long time friend. We're very pleased to have him on the show. And apparently the Lackadaisy crew are big fans of Chucky Chicken. So we love them, and we would love to collaborate with them sometime.
Yeah.
So, 100%. DreamWorks Moon asks, who are you going to Chuckify next? Oh, these are great questions today. I love it. Just as we're about to wrap it up. You never know. We've gotten a lot of suggestions. We've done YouTubers last time, so maybe we'll go back and do indie animation cartoon stars. I think a lot of people really like that. So, let us know who you'd like to see Chuckified from the indie animation scene. You never know. Jericho Chavez says, now I want to go to Featherton. Well, believe it or not, there's a way. You can indeed come to Featherton, USA. If you pledge to us on our coffee page, we do have a tier that will allow you to purchase your own Chucksona and become a member or an official resident of Featherton. And by doing so, you will actually have your own Chucksona appear in a Chucky Chicken cartoon in the town of Featherton. So, go check it out. Go check out our coffee right here, ko-fi.com/Chucky Chicken Cartoons. I also have some really fun news to close out this podcast for today.
Oh,
Yeah.
You guys already know the awesome news, but a sample of the Chucky Chicken plush toy is on its way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So when we get the chicken in our hot little hands, we will be giving you more information on how you can place your pre-orders and all that fun stuff. But yes, there is a Chucky Chicken plush in development. I also did want to say a very huge thank you to I think it was NGB or Doki. Yeah, he actually did a 3D model of the Chucky Chicken plush, which
oh, wow.
he sent me a couple of screenshots of, and very, very cool. So thank you for that. That was very, very sweet. More info on that as it develops, but Happy Coma says we should get Michael Kofatch. Would be funny to add to the meme that he's in every single indie cartoon. If he wants to be in the show, we would love to have him. We are, I'm always networking, always trying to, hoodwink
We're always
people.
open for another Michael.
Yeah. As if we don't have enough already. but anyway, I would love to have him on the show. So
There's never
maybe
enough Michael.
That's true. Maybe one day.
Maybe you could just change your name and then there would be less mics.
Yeah, I don't think about that.
No, I
you
like
like-
more Mike.
Yeah, no,
I could see you going with like Rick.
I have a cousin Rick.
Okay, that's
I
a
think
huge problem.
So no, we're not guessing my new name.
What
We're
do
not
you
doing that
feel
today.
about Jacob?
No,
You don't want to be Jake?
no, I don't. I like Michael. Thank you very much.
How about
What about-
Drake?
Drake? No.
And with that, we are out of time. Thank you all so much. Thank you for hanging out with us on this really, really short edition of the Cluckin Crew podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please make sure to leave us a like down below. Leave your comment down below. What Disney movie would you like to see re-released in theaters? And would what do you think of anything that we talked about today in terms of the news? Let us know your thoughts on the cast. How would you like it?
The news.
Along with all that, of course, there are many, many ways that you can support us. Hitting that subscribe button. Thank you again for 2,500 subs. Super cool, super amazing. Thank you all so much. The next goal, 2,000 on Blue Sky. We are at 50 away. We are at 1,950 followers on Blue Sky. I would love to reach 2,000 by the end of March. I think we can do it. So, and be on the lookout for the next. Should we show them the thumbnail for the cartoon?
I thought I posted it in the fan server, so if you want to go check out some sneak peeks of all the cool stuff that's going on, go join the Discord.
Yeah, go join our Discord server. Link is in the description as always. Thank you all for watching. We did take a break last week, and we're glad to be back. Next week we'll have some fun drawing and working on some stuff. But until next time, I'm Mike Cook.
I'm Elias.
I am Athena.
And thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.